Well, hi folks, the old onions have been growing really well under these lights now, as you can see, so it's about time to pot them on. So I'll pot them on into a bigger pot now. I'll show you what mix I'm using and how I'm mixing it and what other sort of secret ingredients there are. So we'll get on and give it a bash. So here they are out in the open. There's 8 growing, 7 are better than the other one. There's an odd one that's a little bit of a runt, but I'm going to pot them on now into this size pot. That's the pot size they were in before, and this is the pot size I'm going to pot them into. They're going from about a 3.5 inch to a 4.5 inch pot now, and I'll just show you what I'm going to pot them on into. So I'm going to use 2 parts of just absolutely bog standard multi-purpose compost. This is the wick stuff I used, and then I'm going to use about half a part, about a litre of this, which is worm casts, which is full of all sorts of nice, really good bacteria. You can get bags of it. I got a bag a few years ago, and I'm only using it in my mixes, so I don't get through a lot of it. And there's quite a bit of nitrogen in that, so that should help them green up a bit. And then some perlite, purely just to aerate the soil. It's a bit like adding grit, but it's a lot lighter than grit. That's going to be about 25% of the mix. And then the fertiliser I'm adding, all I'm adding is some of this stuff, which is called charge, which is actually beetle poo. It's a byproduct of the mealworm industry. So when the beetles are eating all the bran and stuff, they poo all the poop out, and it's really good. I've been using it for a few years now. It's quite a weak fertiliser. It's 100% organic, natural, and it gives the plants a sort of beneficial boost. There's all sorts of microorganisms and stuff. And I'm going to add this at the rate of 1% volume, which is about 100 millilitres, which sounds a lot, but it's really weak. It's only about 1% nitrogen, 1% potash and things like that. So I'll mix all that together, and then we'll have a go at repotting some of these plants. So nothing fancy, I'm just going to chuck my compost in. Doesn't matter how rough it is, the rougher the better really, because they like open structure. And then the worm casts. There's no specific foil, but it's just one I've just sort of thought of. And then the perlite to open it up. And then we'll add, these are 50 millilitre scoops, so I'm going to add 1%, so that's 2 of those of the charge. Whew. Just going to mix it up, really. Nothing fancy at all. But like I said about this charge, it's called frass. That's the technical name for poo, apparently. And what it does, it leaves something behind from the insect, which stimulates the plant into thinking that it's under an insect attack, apparently. And then the plant, in the response to that, produces certain hormones or something, which strengthens the plant against the attack. So, who knows? But like I said, a lot of people use it now. A lot of people growing exhibition stuff, and giant veg and things like that. And they all sort of speak well of it. So, like I said, I used it when I grew my biggest onion ever a couple of years ago. So, I'm going to use it again. So that's that mixed up. It's a quite nice and airy compost, if you see, with the perlite. It's very loose, which is what you want. You want a bit of area for the roots to go. You don't want it really fine and compact, so they're sitting in water. So we'll just get on and get them potted up. Right then, we'll give it a go. Put a bit of compost in the bottom. I'll just get a quick gauge to see if that's enough. I'll just put a little bit more in. Probably not going to need anywhere near as much as I've made. I'll take this one out. Show you its roots, if I can get it out. Show you the roots there. Lovely set of roots, nice and clean and white, so it's ready to be potted on. So I can be as careful as possible. Just put it on in there. And put some bigger clips on afterwards. So they've grown really well this year from pips. Never grown them from pips before with any success. The bulbils, or whatever you call them. They're really far advanced compared to when I did grow my biggest from seed, because I started these off in sort of the end of October. So I was a good month ahead, and they seem to have powered ahead. So that's that potted on. what I'm going to use now, I'm going to put some bigger sticks in, and then these plant clips. So if anyone's looking for these, I always get people asking me where you get those from. I get them off eBay. You just look for plastic green support clips. They'll just support the plant as it grows up. Fantastic things. I don't know whether it's in the camera. It's probably just out of shot in it. I'll try and get it in. Like I say, they just clip on like that, and you can let your leaves grow through, and it just keeps them supported. So like I said, I've got about 8 of these to do. I'll just do another one quickly, and then we'll get them back under the lights. Like I said, I don't know how they're going to get on this year, but I had these pips, so I thought, why not? Might as well give them a go. To be honest, at first I was hoping they'd die, then I didn't need to bother, but that's a bit of a defeatist attitude to take, I suppose. And I've lost my support clip from the old pot in this one, so it's going to need a bit of supporting. I'll do that one-handed. Yeah, so these will be, hopefully, like I said, they're a bit too advanced for me with my setup, but if I can grow them on till the end of March without them getting too big and lanky, then I'll just go straight into my polytunnel, unheated polytunnel in big pots, end of March, hopefully start of April, and then we'll see how we get on. So that's another one potted up and supported. I'll just do the rest and give you a quick look at them when they're all finished, and then that'll be about it. Alright then folks, that's 6 of them, the best 6 potted on now. As you can see, there's 2 there that are a little bit runty. You always do, there's not much point in potting them on, but I'll keep those growing anyway. I'll put them on a little bit later. But those are the main 6 so far. 2-foot canes in there, so you can see how high they are nearly. Getting on for 2 foot tall, some of the leaves. So I'll put them back under my lights, just hope they don't get too leggy. And then I'll put them on again in another month into maybe a 2 litre pot, 3 litre pot, and then hopefully again into about a 5 litre pot, and then hopefully again straight out then. But that's it so far. Pleased so far, no problems as of yet, and we're well on the way to getting another big one. So that's them back in the grow tent now. Not looking too bad. Looks to be plenty of light. I've got my light meter out on it and it was reading about 15,000 lux, so should be okay. If it gets a bit dim, I'll put a few more little lights on, but so far so good. So that's about it folks. Giant onions potted on. I hope they keep growing. See you later.